Hi everyone, Marcia Stephenson, Director of Advancement at DCH. Today I'm going to show you how to dig and divide your daffodils. It's super easy and a great way to spread them around the garden. Doing it at this time is helpful so you know exactly where your daffodils are located. Once the foliage dies off, you have no way of knowing. So you can see where to add daffodils to spots in your garden where you don't currently have any. Normally, you divide daffodils when the foliage has turned yellow, but it's okay to break the rules a bit. First step is to pick a grouping that you want to divide. Dig all the way around the clump and go straight down so that you don't damage any of the bulbs. After you have dug around all sides of the clump, carefully lift the mound. If you do end up damaging any of the bulbs, no big deal. You'll have plenty to transplant. After you lift the mound, lay them down and gently pull them apart. You don't have to worry about keeping the soil intact. If you see two bulbs that are connected, leave them together. The baby isn't quite ready to leave its mom. Next step is to identify spots in your garden where you don't have any daffodils or where you might want additional ones. You'll want to pick areas that aren't too shady or wet. Keep in mind, if you have deciduous trees, you can plant under them because the bulbs will come up before the trees leaf out in most cases. I like to pre-dig my holes so I'm ready to drop the bulbs in after I divide them. You want to dig the holes 3 times deep as the bulb is wide, so about 3 to 6 inches depending on the size of the bulb. This isn't rocket science, so don't worry about getting out a ruler to measure. You want to dig deep enough so that frost won't heave the bulb out of the ground, and not so deep that the flowers won't come up. I also like to plant about 5 bulbs together, but spaced out by at least an inch or 2. Again, no need to measure. When you plant the bulbs, you want the root side down and the green leafy side up. The root side has what looks like hair coming off of the bulb. If you want to add compost or fertilizer, you certainly can, but frankly, I never do and have had great luck, so it's up to you. Next, cover the bulbs with the soil. Now here's the important part. Do not cut off the foliage until it turns brown. The bulb is getting energy from those leaves and needs to be healthy for next year. I know this is hard for some gardeners as they are not fond of the floppy foliage, but if you plant bulbs next to other perennials that get tall and wide, the foliage may be hidden somewhat and not so untidy. Just know that you are doing the right thing by leaving them on. Lastly, there are so many wonderful varieties of daffodils. As one of the early harbingers of spring, it's so fun to have a variety of them that bloom early, mid, and late spring. The variety of sizes are also so much fun to incorporate. So have fun shopping for bulbs this fall, and that will give you something to look forward to next spring. Happy planting!